guys, what's going on? We are the Agents of Marvel, and we are back with a brand spanking new episode of Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Universe content to discuss. As usual, I'm your host, Clement Bryant, coming to you live from the Stream.TV studios in Hollywood, California. Guys, we're going to talk about a lot of things. Guardians of the Galaxy, in detail. We're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War. We're going to talk about the comic verse. We're going to get into it. So let's start it off. First, we got Madison Brunoehler. What's up, Maddie?
Hey guys, what up? It is Madison Brunoehler, also known as Maddie to the Max, and today I have curly-ish hair. Let's see if that lasts through the entire show. Who knows?
Louis Love.
Hey, what's up? This is Louis Love from NukeTheFridge.com and the Nerd Report podcast. And I'm going to try to get some hair from her to put it on my head, see if it sticks.
That's a little creepy. Tatiana Hullender.
Hey, it's Tatiana, and I am last as usual, but that's okay because you saved the best for last. And I am here to save the universe for the second time.
With Clement, of course.
With Clement.
And
With
my
Clement's
fabulous
help.
curly hair.
With my family.
Yay, your
Yes.
family!
It's a very diverse family. All right, let's get on to it. So first thing, guys, these new TV spots for Guardians of the Galaxy are hilarious and funny.
Yes.
Speaking of
one
saving
that-
the universe,
Right.
Exactly.
they saved our universe.
That one that
deal.
dropped the Kids' Choice Awards in Nickelodeon
That was so cute.
hilarious.
So cute.
It was nice to see a uncut scene from the movie. You
Right.
know, like, or mostly uncut, if you will.
Uncut-ish.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and say there's going to be some bombs dropping in the film because we're getting the fun, we're getting the comedy, but we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty
Oh, yeah.
because there's some movies coming up after this one in the Marvel Universe. So this is
This
a
is the
distraction.
game
We
to
gotta
watch.
set it up a
This
little
is
bit.
This is the
teasing
film
the
to
fact
watch.
that, hey,
Yeah.
this is got light, it's fun, it's family friendly, and you're going to go to it and it's going to hit you in the feels multiple times and you're going to walk out there going,
I just,
I'm happy and sad.
I just
What's
like the
going
fact
on?
he's like, I have hilariously large turds. You know, I was like, and I like that they keep on doing with the 70s vibe, taking like flashlights, Parliament's flashlight. I was just like, man, I just want to get down. I want to watch this movie already.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
When is it coming out again? I feel like it needs to come out like next
Now.
weekend.
First weekend in May.
First weekend of May.
First
See, it's
weekend
too
of
far.
May.
It's too far from now.
It is.
I think it's May
want
5th.
it now.
Mine,
I'm
yeah.
so looking for the banter between everyone is just so fresh and
Okay.
witty, and I just love it so much. And seriously, the Guardians of the Galaxy. That sounds like
Yeah,
a
that was the other,
NoHo, doesn't
TV
it?
spot.
It's like,
it was
yes.
hilarious. And and Dark Jack's like, oh, you're so stupid.
You should have looked at Groot at that moment. Gardens of the
Guardians
Galaxy.
of the Galaxy.
Hey, did you guys notice all the colors? The colors are much
Yeah.
brighter.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
the scheme is different than the first
Right.
film.
Yes.
And it's working. We got a little bit more purple, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there pink in
See,
there?
I don't know if you guys have noticed about me, but I love my colors.
Yeah.
So the fact that Guardians is so bright and popping with colors, I'm just like, yes, I'm down for that. I love it. I love
right.
it.
How's about the Ice-T song being added? Colors. 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 That'd be kind of dope, man.
That would
That
not
would be
fit
awesome.
Yes,
with
it
the
will.
theme, with the
Right.
musical theme. But what does fit, that I love that she's fitting so well already, is Nebula.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
I wouldn't have expected that based on the first movie.
Right,
but
exactly.
what we've seen so far in these little moments,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, she should have been there the whole
And
time.
exactly.
she
And the
works
same thing
so
with Michael
well.
Rooker's Yondu.
Right,
He's playing really well into it. And just to clarify, the release date is May 5th, 2017.
Okay.
So
2017, thank God.
It feels like it's another year.
Hey, guys, I have a surprise for you. I just read May 5th, Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to be covering it on the site. So that means I'm going to give you guys some love. We may have passes for that here on the stream.tv. 90% sure. So keep watching, subscribe, and this is a little tease because we will have advanced tickets. And I'm going to share the
we'll
love
give you our
on this show
feels.
and all the shows, okay?
yo, can I
Yes.
just give you a dab right quick?
Yes.
Are you still sick from last week?
No, I'm not.
Well, I am.
Oh! Anyways,
You
let's
are
keep
officially
on
my
rolling,
favorite person
guys.
now.
Right?
I'm only hooking him up, so
Oh!
Done.
you
Anyways.
Oh,
Yeah, because of
oh,
the-
look at that.
Anyways.
Oh, that's how it is. It's you're racist is what it is. That's what it is.
Reverse
Racism.
racism.
Reverse racism.
Wait,
Because I'm white,
wait,
isn't it?
wait. Clement is putting the smackdown on all this conversation and moving on. Okay. Anyways, that is a wrestling reference, by the way.
Speaking of
Anyways,
reverse racism,
oh,
we can't go there yet.
anyways,
We can't go there
so we got some news today about James Gunn has officially confirmed that Guardians Volume 2 will have a post-credit scene.
Yes.
And on the tweet, he says, all I'll say is, unless you have to rush out because your mother is dying, stay through the entire end credits.
What if your father is dying?
Oh, well, then wait for him.
I'm saying through the credits. All right, but no,
Just so long as it's not more Howard the Duck.
Right. What do you
Right.
think it's gonna be? It's got to be a connection to Infinity War.
God, I know
Like,
people have been saying
massive.
this since the first one, but I really, really want it to be something about Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah.
I really want it to be something about Adam Warlock.
Now, what
Like, it has to be.
I don't want it to be another clip from a previous movie like they did at the end of Ant-Man, where it was a clip from Civil War,
Right.
or what I believe they're doing at the end of Doctor Strange is the clip from Ragnarok. It was
Yeah.
like, I don't want a clip from the next movie.
Right.
I want a clip specifically made for this movie that ties to the next movie.
I'm going left field. I think the Fantastic Four has something to do with them.
Oh
wow.
You're keeping to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, here's the deal. James Gunn is a serious dude. His movies are fun and colorful, but he takes his stuff real serious. And him saying, dude, you got, even if you're, what is it, mom's dying or whatever? That line is saying something big's gonna happen.
Yeah.
James Gunn's the type of guy that will correct you on Facebook
Yeah.
if you do a typo on one of his reports or
Right.
Yes.
recapping one
Yeah.
of his things. I'm saying
So you think it's gonna be
Fantastic
something
Four.
like so big that it's not like people wouldn't even normally think of it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
gonna be something so big and so powerful that it's like, what? It was like the first time Thanos showed up.
Well, think about it. Marvel tries to get the fans what they want.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We wanted Spider-Man, and they weren't sure, and behind closed doors, they were like, "Come on, Sony, we could do it. We could do it." They could do the same thing with Fox. They're in it's the right position to borrow the Fantastic
Totally.
Four,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But we will see, because if they introduce the Fantastic Four, that's gonna have to be something they have to like play into Infinity War, or they extend it to Phase 4.
Right.
Yes.
right.
So who knows what that's gonna be?
That's true.
Yeah.
But let's keep on moving. We have more Guardians news, guys.
So much Guardians news.
Right?
Today, as of today, James Gunn and Kevin Feige confirmed that they are working on a Guardians 3 for Phase 4. But we don't know if James Gunn is going to come back,
Oh.
because we don't know what exactly the detail is, because he was talking about Kurt Russell's ego and how his powers and how that might tie into 3. Would you guys like to see him come back for a third movie?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
No.
James
Like,
Gunn?
yes.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, there is
Wait.
the other side of it.
I know
is-
you're gonna go into
Yeah,
this.
because although we watched 2 hours, right? The film's 2 hours,
Yeah.
and we're like, yeah, 2 hours, 2 hours. These films production takes 10 years out of these guys' lives.
Yeah.
So they have family. They also have other. James Gunn. This week the Belko experiment. It's
Right.
Belko experiment.
Belko experiment, yeah.
That's an awesome film. I'm not gonna spoil it, but he may have other projects.
He's got a
and-
lot of things coming to
For
the
his
pipeline.
for his personal sake, I guess I'll allow it.
Yeah.
He's not doing 3,
Yeah.
but for my sake, I want him on 3.
I'm
I
saying.
Yeah, we
want
want
3 too, but like Joss left, Kenneth Branagh left
Right.
Thor, because they want to do other
As
projects.
long as
Yeah.
it's someone
Yeah.
that has the same aesthetic or that has
Right.
learned from him,
Like
then that's fine.
Russo's from reading the
Yeah,
Russos.
yeah, someone
totally.
that was like on board, who's already working on like the second or the first movie with them, and is like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna now step up to the plate.
Someone who really understands
Yeah,
the material
who has
and
been there
who's gonna
throughout
who's gonna
it.
follow it through.
It's not gonna be like,
I don't think
the
James
next-
Gunn's gonna abandon 100%.
Yeah,
I don't
which
think
would
he's
be
going to
good.
do it either, but there's always that possibility.
Yes.
So
I don't
let's,
want it just to be a complete different change, and that would
Right.
be terrible.
right.
Like suddenly it's serious. Who
Nah.
wants that?
So
Angsty Guardians.
we're gonna get into something that I know Tatiana is very passionate about. So guys, Marvel has finally explained that why Natalie Portman's Jane Foster is not in Thor Ragnarok. Personally, I love Marvel, but this explanation was a little lopsided to me.
Right. It's a little weak
I'm gonna
sauce.
read off the whole quote. Let's see, where was it at? I have it right here. He says, Kevin Feige says, we wanted Thor to encounter somebody that was near his equal, and that his relationship with Jane may have evolved in unexpected ways in between Dark World and Ragnarok, and we wanted to pit him against a character who was much more his equal and in many ways his superior, says Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, of
Right.
course. Valkyrie is trying to not embrace any sort of Asgardian heritage that she has. Thor thinks maybe that he will create a bond between them, and contrary, she wants to forget it all entirely.
Yes.
Tatiana,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I have many different things to unpack. First of all, let me just say off the bat that I'm really excited for Valkyrie. I think it's Tessa Thompson, right? She's gonna be awesome.
Tessa Thompson, yes.
And if they do a romance, then that's great. And if they don't do a romance, that's also great. I don't care. But what I hate is, first off, this excuse of like, well, they've broken up off screen.
Yes.
Right.
And for whatever the reason, it just shows that they're not invested in that relationship, and they don't expect people to be invested in that relationship.
Right.
So like, why did you make her a love interest for 2 movies if you don't care about her as a love interest?
Yeah.
And you
Right.
you obviously don't care about her as a person, because when she's not with him, she's not on screen, and you didn't. So like, because an on-screen breakup, that's how you say goodbye to a relationship that you spent however many years with, because it's been 2 movies.
Right.
So that's already bad. And they've done this already. They did this with Pepper Potts, and if she doesn't come back and they don't reunite, I'm going to be furious.
Well, technically 3 if you count her mention in Age of Ultron.
Right.
Too.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, again, I'm with Tati on this because it's like, I as a shipper, I love to ship people.
Right.
So it's like having.
Fitz and Simmons.
Right. Exactly.
Always, they are life. But it's like, because I am into that, when you have a group that I ship, and then in the next movie, the character's not even there, and it's like, oh, we're having some rough times, we're taking a break. It's like,
Right.
dude,
and
I'm invested in this relationship.
And even if you aren't invested in the relationship, that's how 90% of Marvel roles for women are.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
love interests. So
Right.
when you're saying that they don't matter as a love interest, you're saying women don't matter in this universe. Until the future movies where we're gonna get to see
Captain
more.
Marvel,
Exactly.
Halo,
but that hasn't
so
happened
on.
yet. We're not there yet.
Right.
Even Natasha in Avengers, who was a strong female character that didn't have a love interest,
Still
suddenly
is.
was saddled.
Right.
She still is that. But she's suddenly saddled with Bruce Banner's story in becoming his love interest in the second movie. I can't even remember the
Age of
name.
Ultron.
Yeah, because it makes me so angry that I can't remember
Yeah.
the name. Okay, but anyway.
But-
So I can't wait till we see more fleshed out female characters that are not saddled with love interest stories that make the audience hate them unfairly.
Yeah.
And no more off-screen breakups, Marvel. Thanks.
Yes. No,
Totally.
I think it goes back to what we talked about. James Gunn dedicating a lot of time. I think Natalie Portman is not interested in it. She may want to tackle other things. And this is the fantasy fan excuse, so we're happy with it.
Right.
There's probably stuff going on behind closed doors. You know,
What, especially because, of course, this goes back to what happened on Ragnarok. So you guys know that Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins was supposed to be the director for Thor: The Dark World. It was because of Natalie Portman that she was eventually hired.
Right.
But later on, Patty Jenkins was fired through pre-production.
And that
because- caused a rip. So I think that kind of played into it too. Not to go get your point, but it could be a mix of
No, I
things.
mean, I think that in this specific case, there's definitely a reason for it.
Right.
The fact that it's a pattern, it's like, because it happens
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Totally.
we have X-23 to look forward to.
Yes.
But let's keep on moving, guys.
I want that.
Let's keep on moving on. So we got some interesting news. So I'm wondering, is the Black Order going to be Infinity War? Stuntman Terry Notary has joined the film as Thanos' henchman.
Yeah.
Terry Notary is a stunt performer. You guys haven't seen his work. He was Kong in Kong Skull Island, which came out last weekend.
Yeah.
He's been in the industry for a while, and this might be a good thing. So if you guys are not familiar with the Black Order, they're basically Thanos' personal guard of assassins.
They're the League
That-
of Shadows.
Pretty
It's
much.
the intergalactic.
Intergalactic League of Shadows.
Yeah.
But
Marvel edition.
Exactly. So he says, I'm working on 4 characters right now. I'm working with Josh Brolin and 3 other actors in Marvel's Infinity War, and I'm playing Josh Brolin's right-hand guy, bad guy in the film. Of course, he can't say the name of the character because he thinks Marvel will sever his head.
Right.
But this leads me to think, I would love to see the Black Order. I would love to see the
Yes.
Black Order in Infinity War.
Absolutely.
There's you have Proxima Midnight, you have Chorus Gravi.
Yeah.
This is going to be. If they do this, I am excited. I'm going to die of fanboy.
So would it be like he's building up his army?
Yeah,
Or?
pretty much. Because Thanos by himself is a badass.
Right.
But you put Thanos in the Black Order against all of the Avengers and
Yeah.
the Guardians, and even other characters that we want to see. I want to see this. What are you guys take on this?
Absolutely. Thanos is just going to come down and just mess stuff up because when we last saw the Avengers, they had been having the fight amongst themselves of, I don't want to sign, I want you to sign, and that's where they're at. Thanos is just going to come down and be like, psh, I wiped the floor with y'all. You can't stop fighting amongst yourself. Oh, here's the Black Order as well. Bow before Zod.
I just hope it doesn't turn
Wrong
into.
universe, Madison Brunoehler.
I know what I'm doing.
Let us know.
I hope it doesn't turn into the Black Order does everything for Thanos because we want to see Thanos in action. It's been 20 movies already.
Yeah.
20
And
movies.
he's always
20
sitting
movies.
down and the last time we saw him, he was like, I'm gonna do it myself. Right? So we want to see him do it himself for
Right.
a bit. You guys agree
Yeah.
with that?
Totally.
But
And
I
then throw
definitely-
in
But
some
we
other
want to see
guys.
you want to see why people would join with him, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how cool he is.
Yes.
Then.
Right, but I would love to see. I would love to see just the Black Order going toe to toe with Captain America.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
Like the elevator version. the Black Order, you know, from
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
it-
amazing.
That was just like that.
So let's keep it moving, guys. So last
Got
part
to
of our
keep
movie
it
verse is
moving.
we finally have some news about Deadpool 2. Zazie Beetz from Atlanta has joined the cast as Domino.
Yes.
Guys, can we just give a clap, please?
Yes.
So she was excellent as Van in Atlanta.
Yeah, I've only
She's
seen a few episodes
great.
of Atlanta, but I love her,
She
and I
was
think it's
amazing.
hitting that tone too. That's exactly what you want for
Exactly.
Deadpool.
And I love the way that Ryan was just like domino effect on Twitter.
Yeah.
And just set the whole internet
That was
on
such
fire.
a great way to reveal the character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
mean,
can't wait.
Now, I haven't actually ever seen her in anything. I just went and looked on her IMDb, and it's like, I just see a picture of her, and I'm like, yes, you can be Domino. I can see it in your eyes.
I don't know who her cable's gonna be.
We don't know. I feel like they're holding that back out to the last minute. He's
Absolutely.
already been cast.
Yeah, for sure.
They're only going to let you know
They've
that
been
when
cast.
the trailer comes out.
Oh, there you go. That'll be awesome.
Yes.
That'll be awesome.
I know people on the inside a little bit. And
What?
Cable's
You
been
know
cast.
people?
Yeah,
You know
really.
people.
Do you know who it is?
They said a few names, but I prefer not to.
Right.
So I can get in
right.
trouble for that.
You just want to tell us
I
that's
know.
what it is. You just want to hold things over our
Or maybe they're
heads.
full of it, you know, I don't know. Maybe they were pulling my leg.
No, but
and my hair,
I
I
am
don't
really
know.
excited.
Yeah.
I think Zazzy's gonna do an awesome job.
Yeah, totally. She's, I mean, except for Atlanta, she hasn't been in much.
Right.
But considering what she's done in Atlanta and the promise of the character, I cannot wait to see what she's gonna bring to this.
Yes.
Definitely.
This is I'm so excited.
And the best part is, like, we hear about Deadpool 2 having a little bit of production problems, but then the trailer dropped, and this news, so we know they got their stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to TV verse because we got a lot more to talk about. So guys, Iron Fist comes out in 2 days.
Preparing to binge watch.
I wonder if Finn Jones is making things a lot worse.
Oh.
Like, okay, the
man.
negative reviews from last week, the
Right.
mixed reviews, that was bad enough, but then he's kind of gone on Twitter and expanded upon the bad press.
Yeah, I think, clearly he's very sensitive about the
Right.
subject, but someone needed to be like holding his hand and be like, hush, little baby,
Yeah.
don't say a word.
Like-
and they did not do that in time.
Like me and Andy from the Marvel Report were saying, why, who's ever doing the marketing, who's ever like his
Right.
publicist needs to be holding hands and be like, okay, now is the time to shut your mouth.
Right.
Because he's making things worse. Like, we almost got over that hump of the negative reviews and the mixed reviews, but now that he's been like, oh, I kind of attribute it to Donald Trump now. It's like,
Oh, God.
anything with
Did you
Trump.
see that? Maddie was making a face. That he was saying that because of Donald Trump's election,
Right.
people are like resistant to rooting for billionaire white men,
Right.
basically. And I was like, that's not the problem with you and Donald Trump.
Right.
That's not-
But even like
that's not
linking
the
anything
issue.
to Donald
There's a whole
Trump in
bunch of
entertainment
worms
is a
there.
bad idea.
Yeah, right?
I speak from experience. I work on the show called The Man on the High Couch.
Oh, okay.
And that in itself, you'll get Trump
Right.
kind of
Comparisons.
things, comparisons.
Yeah,
so knowing that, you don't link that to that. You
Right.
don't link these two things that don't connection. You don't give that a connection.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm worried about this now.
I mean, I really think that people who want to enjoy it are going to enjoy it.
Totally.
You know, it's going to be like, so if it's your thing, then it's your thing. And if it's not your thing, your Defenders will probably be your thing. So,
Right.
There's a whole universe of Marvel that probably will be your thing if this isn't.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You don't have to like it. I'm still gonna binge watch it.
I actually don't think it's a bad move of him to open his mouth because it gets us talking.
That
is
is
I know
true.
it does,
It-
but
Yeah, it's a
press
bad.
is good
I
press.
just wish one thing, guys. I come here, I watch the shows on the stream. To me, it's a form of escapism, and I wish people
Right.
would stop being so damn prude and bringing
Serious about it?
Yeah, bad
Absolutely.
things. I want to escape. I want to go to
have a good
I want to go to
time.
the movie, escape, and then as soon as I come out, I have there's other come back to the problems.
Yeah.
But when they're like too much in your face. But that being said, it's a good publicity.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this. I want to escape too, but I like being on the business side of the industry. I think about that too, and I'm
Right.
thinking about number of streams. I'm thinking about click-through rates on social media. I'm thinking about all of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if anything, it gets people talking enough that they're going to start watching it.
Maybe.
But they'll drop off depending on quality.
Exactly.
Yes.
But
yeah,
let's-
and you can't blame anyone if your script's bad.
True.
That's
Right.
just like hiding
True.
behind it. Oh, I failed
True.
because,
Yeah.
But let's keep on
But
moving,
let's
guys.
still
We
have a
got
good
a lot
time.
more topics, and we got a lot of time. So there might be a connection between Shield and the Human series. Did you guys see this, Rock? The guys, they had a Rock on set that had the same writing from Agents of
Right, from
Shield season 1.
Right. It was season 2, right?
Season 1.
Oh.
It was like the end of season 1 and season 2,
Yeah.
technically.
Okay,
but What?
Isn't Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. already connected? Like,
Right,
that's
well,
what
but
I
I mean
went in there and
the
I was
royal
like,
family,
I thought it was already connected.
Right.
Well,
How
it
is
is.
it not?
But talking about a direct connection, that Rock, that's like a direct connection.
I mean,
Of
at
course
least
you
at the
have
very
Inhumans.
least, it shows you that it's definitely in
Right.
the same universe.
Totally.
Yeah. It's not like
But
the
be
I was
even
like,
more awesome
what? That
If
would
we
be
got
cool.
to see some Inhumans from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
show up in Inhumans,
I would
just even
love
as a
that.
cameo.
Right.
You know, like you're watching over your fellow Inhumans and you see
And you see Yo-Yo walk in.
Exactly.
I would love that.
Exactly. That would be amazing.
Bring in Yo-Yo.
Yeah. Or at the very least, they're gonna need to start talking about the royal family at some point in Agents
Totally.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. Otherwise, it's just not realistic, guys.
Yeah.
Like you have a royal family, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna talk about it.
Exactly.
And that rock looks like a piece of Stonehenge.
Right.
Right?
But it's got the writing on it. I was like, ooh, this is
Yes.
going to be interesting. So we got a little bit of fan casting news. So how would you guys like to see Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin play America Chavez?
Perfect.
I
Am I
agree.
right? It's perfect. The look-wise.
I agree. Like, this
She
has
is
been...
perfect look-wise. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
This has been lighting the net on fire today.
Right.
People want to see this.
I mean, I think if it happened, it would be awesome. I
Yeah.
love Gina. I love America. I think that in my ideal world, they would cast an up-and-coming actress that people don't know
Right.
and make her famous by having her be America Chavez. But if they're not going to do that, then Gina Rodriguez is great.
I like Gina, but there's also this girl from The Get Down.
Oh, yeah,
who plays the lead
Harrison
girl.
Guardiola.
Yes.
Absolutely. She would be awesome.
She
too.
would be open, and Dorian from Geeks of Color wants to see that happen.
I would
too.
love that.
I'm good with Tatiana, too.
Oh, thanks. No. But I think that it would be nice to see, like, someone with more indigenous blood who looks like indigenous. Right?
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
What, you don't think I could play it?
No.
So...
That leaves me out, too.
You can play Belle in the next live-action film.
I'm good with that.
Don't worry, because at the rate we're going, you'll probably be cast.
Anyways,
Should we play Belle when she's 35?
so we have a little bit of Fox
sequel.
news. So it was confirmed this week that Blair Redford in the Fox X-Men pilot will be playing Thunderbird.
Yes,
Yes.
it was. Every time I hear his name, I forget who he is.
Right.
But I see his face, and then
And
I'm
I'm like,
happy again.
Yes, I want to
Exactly.
see this.
So-
I want to see this. And guys, by the way, you might have heard rumors that the show is going to be called X-Men Gifted or Gifted.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's the official title yet. So let's not jump to any conclusions. And Joseph Morgan from the originals is not a part of the cast.
Dang it.
I would have loved to see that.
Okay, I
He
know
was
they
there.
said he wasn't. He was at like the table read.
Right.
They said he wasn't actually cast. But then there was later like a panel that they're gonna show up at, and his name was there.
Really?
Yeah. Like I saw because I
Wait,
see
is
the
it a
original.
WonderCon panel or is there just like random panel?
I have to Google that to find out. But
Let's-
I saw the originals fans like going back and forth
Yeah.
with that.
Because Andy dropped that and we were like, I was like, dude, that
Yeah.
the show's done if like
Yeah.
he's gone.
Now, does it make a difference to you if it's called X-Men Gifted or just Gifted?
It doesn't matter to me. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I'm fine
But
with
what name do you
everybody
like
jumped
better?
I don't want it to. I think just gifted would be
I
better.
think just Gifted.
would be
Well,
better.
Yeah.
from a branding perspective, gifted might be fine, but they're gonna want to link it to X-Men.
Right.
Yeah, so that
They're gonna want it to
like
link it
saying
to
X-Men Origins
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So that
I
X-Men
mean,
Gifted.
I think that like if in the titles card or whatever it says X-Men somewhere, but you don't actually go around calling it X-Men Gifted.
Or
I
it's
feel
like
always
Gifted, the
cheesy.
X-Men anthology.
yeah,
or
I
something.
mean, if you look at
Right.
if you look at Marvel's Agents of Shield, they put
Right.
Marvel's.
Exactly, but
They
no
do
one
it all
actually
the time.
says Marvel's Agents of
That's
S.H.I.E.L.D.
true.
They
You
say-
put an X on a D. Yeah? A cheesy X.
But they did. But they did the
I'm
same.
on Photoshop right now after this.
But all right, we gotta move on. But they did the same thing on Legion with the X and the circles on the posters,
Yeah.
and people really didn't know it was related to X-Men or Marvel until they got to the second episode or third episode.
I thought it was
We
like
knew
for a
it.
bow and arrow. I didn't
No.
know either.
No, but
I'm just kidding.
Right,
Just
right.
randomly want to go back to Inhumans.
But
for a
it was
second.
like-
Andrew said
Right.
that he wants Quake to show up in Inhumans, and she needs to, and I
Totally.
totally agree.
I would love
Quake
that.
deserves this. Chloe deserves this.
All right,
Put her on
guys. So we
Inhumans.
gotta blow through comic and merch first. So we have some more details about that strange Hulk Wolverine hybrid. So the official name for this guy is Weapon Gamma.
Nice.
Weapon Gamma.
like gamma radiation.
Right. And Greg Pak, you're familiar with Greg
Right,
Pak's
and
work.
he's the writer for
going to be
Totally
the
Awesome
writer
Hulk.
for Totally Awesome Hulk, and this is going to link to Totally Awesome Hulk.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes!
It's
I
like,
want to see
so
this.
there's the series that's the Weapon X.
Right.
And then he'll still continue with Totally Awesome Hulk,
Right.
but it'll start off in Totally Awesome
Right,
Hulk.
and Totally Awesome
So,
Hulk 19
yeah.
is going to be kind of like the kickoff for this.
Right. So that's pretty exciting and definitely not what I was thinking it was gonna be.
I didn't think it was either.
I was very wrong.
So, Hail Hydra to the next thing. So 3 new comic titles have been added to Marvel's Secret Empire storyline. So if you guys are not familiar with this is pretty much the whole Hydra Cap situation that took the net and comics fans by storm last year. So they're continuing this. They have Secret Empire Uprising, Underground, and United. They really like those U names.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
Yeah, what are you guys' feelings on this? The Secret Empire
personally,
event.
I love the Hydra Cap storyline. It's about time you take more risks than Captain America. You take a little bit of risk, you branch them out. People freaked out, but if you've ever read a comic book, you know this is going to be retconned eventually.
Right.
You know it's not a part of the actual established universe. It's just a pocket in time, pocket of universe. I love this. I'm all for it. What are your feelings?
Okay, I haven't read any of the Captain America Hydra stuff. Literally, the only time I read it was I was reading Deadpool and Captain America showed up. You see his Hydra-ness, and I was like, oh, that's what's going on. I feel like Marvel's doing a lot of events recently.
Right.
And I'm like, we don't need that many events.
They're doing a lot of events this year.
We can chill a little on the events.
Like if they did the Venom storyline that we covered last week, and they did Secret Empire, I'd be completely fine with that for the rest of the year. But they're doing Generations. They're doing Resurrection.
Right, and then they just did Monsters Unleashed, and then there's going to be an actual Monsters Unleashed series after that. Yeah.
So I don't know. So this week in comics, we have 4 issues that we got to talk about. We got to talk about Amazing Spider-Man 25, which you need to read if you are a fan of Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay? Guardians of the Galaxy 18, Totally Awesome Hulk 18, and Mighty Thor 17.
All right.
I know you read one of these.
I did. Well, the one that I read was Amazing Spider-Man. No, but I also, if Angela is the name of the Guardians friend that they recently rescued, so she's gonna have her own little adventure in this issue, which is actually really interesting. So if you like more than just the main Guardian characters, you should check that one out.
It's a good one.
Thor is having to battle for Asgard.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. Right. She's just trying to get her cancer treatments and battle for Asgard at the same time. Why can't they just let her live in peace?
I mean, she's had cancer, so it's come on.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about one last thing, and then we're going to move on to the last couple things. Did you guys see this awesome fan film about Riri Williams?
Oh, the Iron Woman?
Yeah, the Iron Heart. It was really cool.
Yes.
So if you guys aren't familiar with it, today is Pi Day, of course. And so MIT students made a fan film based off Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, which is Iron Man's counterpart in the new line of the Marvel Comics this year. I love this. There wasn't really a lot of dialogue in it.
Right.
But just the fact that they covered it like this.
Yeah, and the music was really
great.
atmospheric too. I was
and it's a student film. The graphics were pretty good for what we got.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of it. Did you guys see it at all?
I didn't get a chance to see it, but I'm looking forward to it. And there's a lot of film students that are future stars, man.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
really getting a lot of hits on the internet. You guys should check it out because not only is it a nice little introduction to Riri if you haven't read any of the new Iron Man books, but it's also nice to see, like you were saying, like young people getting out there and putting out their work.
And we've seen before, especially the past few years, is people making they're making YouTube videos and actually getting hired to do big films for Hollywood.
Yeah, a guy who did a Portal film got hired to do a film for J.J. Abrams or something like that.
Yeah, there was another one, a horror film. It escapes my mind.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But we got to keep on moving on.
Anyways, we're doing a YouTube video too right now, and you could hire us.
That is true.
For millions
You could
of
hire
dollars.
us. Anyways, we got a
half.
couple more things to keep on going. So, Hero Villain of the Week. First, I want to throw it to Lois Love.
Okay.
Come on, Lewis.
I'm gonna pick Spider-Man because that's at 25, the new issue.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna could I say villain too?
You can say the
Okay.
villain.
The villain is whatever is making Stan a little ill. Stan Lee, one of the co-founders of Marvel.
In case you didn't know.
Get well pretty soon. He's canceled a few events, but he's coming back. I know that for a fact.
2017, stay away from Stan Lee, okay? This is not a reboot of 2016's that. Stay away from my man Stan
And
Lee.
this is not an invitation for 2018 either.
No, definitely not. All right, my hero villain of the week. So my hero, I gotta go with She-Hulk. I'm reading this line. So good, so good. And my
love
villain, I'm gonna go with Maximus because Maximus is just a badass and I like him anyways.
All right,
Madison.
all right.
I think I'm gonna go for my hero is actually gonna be Nebula because she is becoming a hero, and I'm super looking forward to that. Adding her dry banter in with everybody else's, because that'll be awesome. And I think my villain is everyone that is just kind of putting negativity out there, because I'm like, you know what? We're nerdy people. Let us be nerdy. Let us be nerdy and enjoy or don't enjoy our interests. Don't try and bash other people that do like stuff.
And Tati.
And my hero is going to be Medusa from the Inhumans, because not only would she kick ass in Inhumans vs. X-Men, but we just saw a few step photos with her for the show. Can't wait. I'm so excited. My villain is going to be anything that would make James Gunn stop doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, we're gonna do fan check-in real quick. We want to see little comments, and then we're gonna wrap. So, Andrew says he misses John Hurt and Bill Paxton.
Oh.
Andrew, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Oh my God, why?
Let's see what else. Pierre Kelly says, X and O, is this the Hollywood Squares?
Yes.
Yes, definitely right.
With much cuter hosts.
Let's see. Andrew says a little bit more things. Are you saying Kurt Russell is going to die, Tatiana? Because I'm pretty sure that tweet was joking reference to Star-Lord's mother dying.
I hadn't even thought about his father dying when I said that.
Anyways, let's keep it moving. So, guys, we are going to wrap for today for Agents of Marvel. We're being kicked off as usual. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. So, we got to wrap it up. But first, Madison, Brunoehler, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at youtube.com/Maddie to the Max and Maddie to the Max on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. New video every Tuesday.
Lewis Love.
You can find me on Twitter at Nuke the Fridge, and I'm doing a little podcast called The Nerd Report.
I love it.
Oh, nice. Tati?
You can find me at Marcella's Ear on Twitter and Instagram, and you can just look up my articles on Marvel Report and Flash Podcast.
And guys, you know me as usual, Clement Bryant at Clement Bryant on Twitter and Instagram, and Clement J. Bryant on Facebook. Add me, talk to me. And first,
So
also, we
desperate.
want to shout out our friend Lance Offresser, who has a great Agents of Marvel and Stream.tv Studios fan group. Join it. Join in the comments and see what you're saying about all your favorite after shows. So guys, from the Stream.tv Studios in Hollywood, California, we will be back next week with a chock new episode for you, and we will see you later. Take it easy.
Bye.